Hey guys, this is James.
And this is Dayi from TeaDB, bringing you guys episode 163.
Four, I think.
Dang it.
One of those. We're approximately right. We're off by 1% or so.
We have a wonderfully packed ripe.
Yeah.
This is the 2007 Dayi, help me,
Anxiang shoe. Yeah. So this is a ripe pu'erh. It's a special production ripe pu'erh by Munghai Tea Factory, Dayi. And this was sent to us by a frequent member of the TeaChat forum and the online pu'erh community, Shah. So thank you, Shah, for sending us our way as an example of a pretty good ripe. It's pretty compressed, as we're looking at right now. And I've had this once, and I am curious what Denny makes of it.
Cool. I'm going to use all of this. I'm just going to go for it.
So we are going ham on the leaf.
Yeah, we are. Wow, that's going to be insane. All right.
YOLO.
Yeah, we'll go for it. This will be good too because we're going to be doing a Q&A after this. So.
Oh wow, we are going true
Straight,
ham. This is how I brew my woolies.
Boom. We're about to get a little uncomfortable, so put away those tea cozies, my friends.
Put away those tea cozies. I don't even know what that means, but I like it.
It's a terrible pun. That's what that was. Look at that color. Holy crap.
So is this the rinse, or are we drinking
this?
this?
We're drinking. Or not, we're drinking this. We are rinsing this. There's a lot of particulate in there. We'll even do this twice to get this going a little bit quicker. But
Oh, I can smell that. It's got a nice aroma.
Yeah, the lid smells a little bit more fishy than the actual cup. And this will, because it's so compact, this is going to brew out more slowly, which is great because we're using a lot of leaf. And we'll go ahead and actually discard this one as well. Boop. All right, on to the good stuff. Man, okay.
So it is slowly coming apart and getting darker and darker.
Yep, and that's good enough.
It's still not brewing a pitch black, so it could be darker, and it probably will be darker soon enough.
Smells lovely. Very much right in the center of that.
Very sweet.
Oops, that ripe category.
All right. Cheers, sir.
Cheers. Got great texture, silky. It's got some sort of kind of creamy vanilla-y vibes. It's nice already, actually.
It's decently thick. I'd expect it to get even thicker. I definitely agree with the sort of like very engaging silk texture aspects to the tea. And it's not overdone, actually.
Nope.
It's decently heavy, as we would expect from using this. I actually get a little bit of almost bitterness from it, like a very slight edge to it.
Yeah, maybe at the very end there's a little bit of sort of a coffee bitterness going on.
Yeah. So it's getting darker, as expected.
Yes, it is.
Starting to fill up that old guy one.
Yeah, it really is. And the material looks pretty...
Small leaf.
Yeah, pretty
Definitely
small leaf and dark and dense. Yeah, and dense.
And it's been a long time since we actually brought a ripe on. Do you still drink a lot of ripe tea?
I do.
Yeah. One of your dailies?
You know, cheers. Not as much. I've been drinking more raw on a daily basis, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's just getting thicker. It's getting a little bit. It's not astringent, but it's like a little bit. That little bitterness at the end.
Yeah, and I noticed little bit of activity, especially sort of like at the top of the throat and at the back of the mouth, that is a little bit atypical for a ripe tea, from my experience, which is a lot more limited than Denny's. But I sort of get that silk texture, and then it sort of like coats that back area in the back of the mouth, and like sort of sweet fillings.
And honestly, I don't think I would expect this to have as silky and thick of a brew without having so much leaf. So keep that in mind, folks. If you're going to brew like this, you definitely want to keep them short. And oh my god, that is pitch black.
Yeah, this is brewing this style would not be a good way to do the oh shit, I got to go to the bathroom and forget about it.
Oh my gosh. So,
it looks thick.
And it's just really, it's just staying in my mouth. Really great flavor. Just kind of residual flavors in there. Not the most fruity.
No, not at all.
Actually, which you'll definitely get. You'll get those sort of darker, small stone fruits, cherries.
I get a little bit of that cherry thing in the actual aroma.
In the aroma, but not as much in the cup.
Yeah.
But it's still really good. I get more of that vanilla creaminess.
Definitely.
And then like a little bit of sort of a maybe coffee bitterness, not burnt, but just sort of bitter, classically bitter. So.
And I would expect that coffee bitterness definitely to be some sort of product of the heavy parameters we are using.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Some more of that coffee bitterness, a little bit of chocolate even.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually get the chocolate too. This is nice. It tastes darker than most ripes.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
Could be the parameters again. Hard to say. But what do you make of this ripe? How do you like it? How do you place this ripe?
I think it's really good. The weather cooled down a little bit over here, so it feels a little bit more appropriate here in early June in Seattle. This just is like, I'm getting, it's definitely a warming tea from what's going on with me right now.
Definitely.
And this is one of those teas that is just such a, like, the texture is so, I want to say overwhelming, but it's so engaging that you can actually almost forget about the flavors going on and just have the sensory, physical experience of tasting the tea be primarily a physical experience, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think it does taste good though as well. So, but there's not quite as much variety of flavor.
So you're saying that this tea is more about the aftertaste and stuff like that, rather than maybe the immediate flavors.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, how it stays in your mouth, and
almost sounds like you're describing some of the positive aspects of a raw pour, and holy
crap,
holy words that I have said in the past in the show, but I should probably not say on a regular basis.
It's definitely.
It's coming apart. Yeah. It's still dry. It's actually there. Yeah, this, I think, because we're using such a high amount of leaf, we will continue to get a lot of flavor out of this.
And it definitely does have that cherry, maybe a little bit of a cedar wood smell to it.
In the aroma, really.
But not showing up as much in the cup. Maybe a little bit of that cedar wood thing, but
it'd be interesting to try this with these heavy parameters and then try it again with lighter ones. And I wouldn't be terribly surprised if we are rating very highly on the body, but losing out maybe a little bit on like some of those minor flavors that would be easier to pick up on.
Yeah, definitely. And what you can do is, if you have a gaiwan or vessel, totally full, is literally just pull half of it out and then start brewing again.
And then you can add that back in later too.
Yeah, or what you can do is just brew this out forever, which is what we will end up doing.
Forever. So we will see you guys in 3 years.
Which is a finite time away. James, did you study math?
Shit. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
This is the thickest yet. It's definitely thick, very creamy. Definitely still got that coffee bitterness in it. And that sort of bitter note transforms into a really nice sweet feeling in the mouth.
Yeah, it's not at all like mouth puckering or acidic in any way. It just has like a nice little bitterness to it.
Yeah.
This is nice. I would say that I would probably, had I not had sort of a little bit too much of a sample to drink, probably would not have used this much leaf.
I think it was also deceptively compressed.
For sure.
So this has really come apart, and it's a densely packed gallon, I will tell you that much, and that is completely full. But we will continue to enjoy this, and I think next week we will be doing a Q&A, is that right?
Yes. I don't know when we're going to release the one that we're going to do right after this. When are we going to do that?
Oh, I don't know.
But we'll be having, time is confusing in the YouTube space, but we have requested a Q&A. We're going to go ahead and after this episode, end it pretty much right now. We're going to go ahead and film the first part of that Q&A because we got so many questions. We have a ton of questions specifically about Pu'erh. We have a ton of questions about teas in general, and then we have questions about sort of our preferences and favorites. We'll kind of do that latter episode right now, and stay tuned for those, or check them out if you haven't yet. If folks want to learn more about tea in general, James.
Yeah, come check us out at TeaDB.org. Hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Follow us on all the social platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Hit that like button at all the different places.
And our PayPal.
Yeah, hit the like button for our PayPal. And also send us some dollars. And also thank you to Shah for sending us this tea in. It's an interesting tea, and I was curious what Denny would make of it, because I actually really enjoyed this tea my first time. So it's interesting to try this tea at a little bit higher intensity. So we are doing the Spinal Tap 11 on a scale of 10.
So true.
Here with Ripe. And so we're going to sit here, we're going to do our FAQ, and we will continue to enjoy this tea. So thank you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.